Hello there and welcome. In this lesson, I'm going to cover the Trackerbot UI in more details. So with that said, I'm assuming that you have already activated your account by inserting your credit card, and you will be met with a dashboard that looks something like this. So in your case, you might have no products right here. And for example, the total tracking will be limited to 1,000 and the conversion credit will be limited to 10. So let's explain everything in more detail. So the total tracking right here is basically the tracking number upload. And you can see right here that you will have a limit. In your case, it will be 1,000. The conversion credit, in the other hand, is the tracking number conversion, as we have explained in the previous lessons. So right here, if we go to our eBay settings, under profile, we go to eBay settings, we can see that in our case, we have set up the settings for Aqualine, which costs 2 credits per conversion. That means for every conversion that we do with Aqualine, it's going to add the 2 right here until we have reached that limit, basically. So going back to the main dashboard right here, we can see the other thing that's called bonus conversion credits. So if we go ahead to the Trackerbot pricing, we can see that you can only get basically the conversion credits in the business tier right here. So basically you can get that either with the business tier right here or the higher pricing tiers. And you can see that right here more in details with the starter, but not have convert Amazon tracking numbers and with the profit. So you only start to get it after the business and the higher. So, and we can see right here that we have 200 monthly conversion credits, which I can see in this dashboard right here. And this means I can get 100 tracking number conversion because each tracking number conversion costs 2 credits. Sorry. And let's just suppose that, for example, that you've reached that limit of 200 and you might need just 1 or 2 or even 10 more tracking conversions. And you don't want to get the other tier because it might be more expensive for you. It might be having features that you don't need. Maybe you don't need 350 monthly conversion credits and you just need maybe 210, 220. This is where bonus conversions come handy. So for us, if we want to convert one more tracking number, it will cost us for each credit 5 cents. So that means for 2 credits, it's going to cost us 10 cents. So that means for every conversion with the Aqualine basically done here, it will cost us 10 cents moving forward. That's more than the 200 monthly conversion. And so this will only basically be valid, of course, if you hit the 200 monthly conversion credits. And it basically resets every month. If you'd like to buy the bonus conversion, you can go ahead to the dashboard and you can click here buy more conversion credits. And it will basically lead you to the page and you can choose how much you'd like. So for example, for 100 bonus conversion credits, it's going to be $5 and so on. And then you click on purchase and you'll be good to go. And right here on the right, you'll be able to see the number of eBay sales, which you can define by the period. You can do the 24 hours one, you can do 90 days, you can do 30 days. It depends on your preference. And right below here, you'll be able to see all of your orders. And let's just minimize this dashboard right here to be able to see everything more clearly. And down here below in the dashboard, you'll be able to view the overview of the product. So if we head to eBay, we are going to find the same details that are in here are going to be in here. So the date, the sales number for this product, the product itself, the customer address. So everything will be right here in our hands. And if you'd like to do it manually, you can basically add your tracking number right here. You can add the carrier right here and simply hit upload and it will upload it to eBay automatically. And then right here, the other action that we can use is this button right here for actions, which says convert tracker. Let's say you just did not set up the automatic tracking. You would like to keep it manual. So right here, you choose, for example, Aqualine and you choose Amazon if you are ordering from Amazon and other supplier if you have the other supplier. So for example, let's assume we are using Amazon and then you will simply, once you have ordered the order, you'll simply head to Amazon, go to your cart, go to your account and then click on orders right here. You will be able to see that order. You'll copy the link for that order and you'll be good to go. So it will basically take that tracking number from Amazon. It will convert it to Aqualine or whatever you have chosen and then upload it to eBay. So that's the manual way of doing it, but we have done this automatically in the previous lesson. And as if you recall, it will basically look into the email account that we have connected. And that email account will basically be the same thing as the Amazon account, as we have explained. And once you get an order confirmation that you basically have the tracking number for your order in Amazon, it will basically go ahead, check that email. It's automatically checking that email. And then it will be basically able to pull that tracking number from your email to basically convert it and upload it to eBay. Just basically doing what we have shown right here in the actions, but it will be done automatically. And as I said, under the hood, you don't have to monitor anything. So that's about it when it comes to the dashboard. So moving on from the dashboard to the messaging, we have the first thing right here. It's called auto messaging. The idea is that you basically have 4 templates right here for 4 different things when they happen. So we have item purchased, item shipped, item delivered, item shipped with public tracking link. And the idea is when you click edit this template right here, you'll see that this is a message that will be sent once an item is purchased, meaning that when your buyer purchases a specific item on your store, meaning when your buyer purchases an item, it will send this automatic message. And the idea right here is you can see hello first name. So this first name will correspond to the buyer's name. So if we go ahead to eBay and we can see that this person right here, Michael Knox, we can see that this is name. It will say hello Michael. It can already see that thing right here, which was called first name. So you can see that the message, thanks for using our service, your order, and then it will go ahead to the item title, which is basically going to be, in this case, this particular item title right here. So this item title, it will be inserted right there, and so on. You get the idea. So you can see right here in the right section, tip, use the following codes to include buyer name, feedback link, or more. So you can see that the name will put the full name, the first name will put the first name, last name, and so on. And then feedback link will leave feedback right here. So that's basically, we can use those things, and Trackerbot knows what they need. So it will use them automatically and just replace the corresponding value to the other value. And here, as I said, you can edit the template for every type of action. And these are the 4 different type of actions. So basically right here, again, this is item purchased when the buyer buys an item. This is shipped. That means we can see right here, it will be sent to the buyer once your order is shipped and has tracking information. And as we have covered, eBay will consider an item shipped when there is a tracking number. So this will be a different template right here than this one. So you can see that this one contains this particular message. And if we click edit template for this message, it will have different message right here, and it will have even different values. So we can see right here that the tracking number will correspond to the tracking number. We can see that the carrier will also show up, and the item title, again, just the same thing as the usual. And then moving on to the third one, which is called item shipped with public tracking link. So this will be basically valid for the VD track, as we have explained previously, since VD track does not show delivered on eBay and it does not show the status inside of eBay. But the buyer can still see basically the status of this item right here using the VD track website for the tracking number. So for me to explain a little bit further, if we head to our browser, we type vdtrack.com, we'll be redirected to this page. And inside of this page, you can input the tracking number and click on track, and you'll be able to track the status of the package using the VD track number. So if we go ahead just to this edit template to be able to see what kind of values it uses, we can see right here, this one is called public link, which will give URL to the public tracking, which is to this right here. So yeah, while obviously inputting automatically the tracking number without them having to manually input it, it will basically show the status of that package. And finally, right here for the fourth one is item delivered. If we click edit this template, we can see right here, this one specifically for the feedback link. Please use the link to leave your positive feedback. So basically when the item is delivered, when the buyer has received that item, they will receive this message right here, and it will send them a link for feedback for your eBay store. And that will basically boost feedback. And finally, to activate any of those messages, all you can do is basically check mark those settings. So for example, I would like those 2, or I would like just the final one. I'll just trigger this one right here, and then this will be active. So when the buyer receives an item, it will send this automatic messages, but it will send none of those messages because they are not active. And we can see right here under this tab right here, eBay store, you can click on the eBay store that you would like, and you will be able to choose what eBay store, and those messages will be customized for every single eBay store that you would like, and you can customize it however you would like. Or if you click right here, you'll be able to see the option to apply to all eBay stores, and that will just apply everything, all of those messages to your all. And this will simply apply all of those messages to your eBay store, of course, making sure to respect this check mark right here. And the same thing goes for the country right here. So if we choose the country, and for example, let's say we are doing United States, we are doing Belgium, you can change the language. So for Belgium, it will be in French. The message template will be in French, and you will be basically, as you can see right here, it will show in French right here. So yeah, it really depends on your case. If you're most likely just working with United States, it wouldn't really matter that much. That's basically it when it comes to the country functionality. And once you have done configuring your messages, make sure to click on save to basically save those settings. So moving on to the upcoming settings right here, which is the feedback reminder. It's pretty similar to the auto messages, but it has more features. So we can set this to whatever we want. So for example, 10 days, and this will send the feedback reminder. It will be like, hey, can you please, for example, do a feedback after X days? It will send this message after the item is purchased. And the message that will be sent is this message right here. So right here, you can send a second reminder after an X amount of days from the first reminder that has been sent. All of this will be helping you basically to get more feedback, which is quite important for eBay. And right here, we can also see don't send a reminder to the following eBay users. This is basically like a blacklist or a block list where you basically not send a reminder for following eBay users, and you can input their username right here. So for example, test123, and then you'll click on add, and then it will add this right here. This buyer right here won't receive a reminder from you. So you'll only want to use this in case you have an issue with a buyer and you would not like to send them a reminder. And then you can have multiple ones as well. For example, test 2, and then test, you'll click on add, and then test 3. And maybe, for example, if you want to remove one of those, you would click on the X mark right here to remove them from the people who won't receive a reminder from you. And those people will just not receive a reminder from you. And then finally, you can also choose the eBay store if you'd like to have this for specific eBay stores, or if you'd like to apply this for all of your eBay stores. All you have to do is click on save after making sure that the settings are applied. And yeah, you're basically good to go. And finally, the third messaging feature right here, which is called auto feedback, which will leave a feedback automatically on the buyer. So for example, the buyer can leave a feedback on your store, and you can also leave a feedback for the buyer. So we can see here, if we check the automatically leave the following positive feedback, we are going to be looking at the stored comments, which are 5. So those 5 messages, you can obviously change anything you want with them. So you'd come here, change anything you would like. And those 5 messages will be sent automatically to the buyer. It's not going to send all of them, obviously, because we can't leave 5 comments at once. We can only leave 1 comment for the buyer. And the way it's going to be working, it's going to basically choose one of those randomly. So basically, it does not look spammy for your page. It does not look like you're just copy pasting, and it looks like there is different messages with each person. So yeah, this is quite important because once the buyer sees that you have left a positive message, they would be more encouraged to also leave a positive message on your page. And you can also check this mark, which is only send the feedback on the item shipped. So once the item is shipped, it will leave a feedback. And again, you can choose the eBay store right here. So in this lesson, we have simply covered the dashboard and the messaging, and that was about it. I'll be seeing you in the next lesson.